What's up, YouTubers? This is Tony back here again. I finally had some motivation, and these past days have kind of been unmotivated because, I went out to drink with some friends, but honestly, like, ever since January, February, I've been drinking very little because, like, I don't see the point anymore. And I went out this weekend with a few friends, got some drinks, got a little bit tipsy, but I don't think it's worth it. Honestly, it's like you lose motivation the next day, you lose the will to do what you have to do, and I'd rather not fall into that. But this video, I want to make it about semen retention and how it's beneficial to all kinds of relationships. I know most of my videos have been based on female attraction, on how, semen retention actually creates an aura, more confidence within you, and basically you get a lot more attention from women, right? But it's also beneficial in not just with women, but with men, with family members, your own sister, your mother, your father. And the reason I know it can be beneficial to them is because my sister, I love her, but she's very hard to get along with. And our family, we're kind of like, we like joking around a lot. Like, we say a lot of harsh things to our faces just to make fun of each other. And sometimes certain people take it serious and they end up butthurt, and my sister is one of them. You can't joke around with her too much because she gets angry. And it's not even when joking around, but you try to give her advice, life advice, and she doesn't want to listen. But ever since I started doing semen retention, like, I can tell her flaws or advice very direct, and I feel like she's listening now. Like, I feel like, I don't know if the tone and the strength of my voice is different. She notices something different because she's receptive to what I'm saying to her. And before that, it's like she just like brushed it off, deflected it, and didn't even really listen to any advice, anything that I wanted to tell her. And it's not only with her, but my niece. She's probably like 6-7 years old, which is her daughter, and she's spoiled. She's a spoiled, she's a girl of the family. She gets what she wants, but like, her father is really not a good person. He's very manipulative and tells her false things about our family to her, and I don't know why he does that. He's just very, I don't know how a person can be that hateful. But so my niece is very, she doesn't like it either when you tell her the truth about things. It's like, in her little imagination, it's like the world is the way she imagines it, right? And then so she's kind of like, she's picking up like kind of like bad habits from both their parents. And I think she's younger than 6. She's still like learning how to do her ABCs and stuff. And last time she was at the house, she was writing her name, and I was like, that's not how you write your name, it's wrong. She's like, nah, it's right, or whatever. And the thing is, when I told her it was wrong, it's like I put in the effort to show her how to write her name properly. But the way I speak to people now is more direct. So it's like, and the strength of my voice, I feel like they listen more. So the little girl was also my niece was just very, she was just listening, actually paying attention. I was like, look, no, this is how you do your name. You have to go home and practice it. And, I wrote all the ABCs with her. And it's like, I don't know, it's super beneficial even to your relationships. And another relationship that has been affected by semen retention is my relationship with my father. Like, my father, he's the kind of person, like, he's very adventurous. He's a funny guy. He likes to joke around a lot, and I love him because he takes life lightly. Like, he likes taking life not too serious, and I feel like that's a good thing. But he kind of sometimes he goes overboard with not caring and stuff. But he's a really great guy. He has a good heart, and like ever since I've been on semen retention, it's like, I don't know, the way I joke around with him, I feel like I make him laugh even more than usual. Like, more than, or the what I say, it's funnier than ever before. Like, he has that gut laugh, like, oh, like that really loud laugh, because it gets to him. And he has a new wife too, so I joke around with her, and I be joking around with him, and I don't know, he just finds me a lot more funny. Like, I feel like we get along better. And not only that, it's like I I only have one grandfather. I only have the grandfather from my dad's side that's still alive. And honestly, like, the first time I met him, like, he's like 70 years old, he's like, I met him for the first time when, like, when I was around like 23, 25 probably. And I remember the first time I met him, like, he reminds me of my father a lot. And then he asked me for money the first time I met him, and I got kind of like offended. I'm like, it's like the first time we meet. I'm your eldest um, grandson, and you start asking me for money, and I felt offended, right? But recently, it's like, look, I want to get to know him. I have a grandfather from my mom's side that already passed away. Never got the opportunity to interact with him. And the only grandfather I have is like, I didn't talk to him anymore because I was offended that he asked for money. But at the same time, it's like, well, he's like 70 years old. He's from, my family's from Guatemala. In Guatemala, like, after 40s, it's very hard to find a job if you haven't kept it for a long time. So he can't find a job. And, he was just in need. And I guess when I was younger, I had a mentality of a mentality of scarcity. So, but now I have a mind of abundance. Like, I want to interact with him. Even if he asks me money, I'll give it to him this time because, he probably needs it. So my mind's like abundant also. And apart from that, it's just, I'm, I don't know, I'm interested in knowing about him, about his life, what advice he has to give me, because he's my blood. And, my family, we have, like, even we're like a little bit of like players or whatever. Like, my dad has always gotten a lot of women, so has my grandfather. I used to play a lot more, but ever since semen retention, it's like I'm abstaining from it. And so I kind of got off topic, but I think semen retention, it helps fortify relationships, you know, and the relationships that aren't going too well, you're just more direct on what you want out of it, and you feel stronger about the whole and you feel more stable emotionally on your decisions that you make with certain people, and you really don't care if that person has to fade away. And honestly, like, these past few days that I've been having issues with my mother and the family business and everything, and it's like I just don't feel like my mother respects me. Like, I don't think she's ever truly respected me. And ever since I got with when I was with my ex-wife, like, my ex-wife would tell me, "Oh, your mother, she's she's machista," or I'm not sure how to say it in English, but she's a woman, but she's machista. And then I realized that she was, and they were just like, I don't know, there's a few issues that happened in my family, and I felt like super disrespected. And then apart from family issues, like, we did business together for some time, and she did not, like, I helped the business grow. I brought in more money, and we had agreed that I would get a percentage of those accounts from those clients, and she never gave me any money, and she's not respecting the verbal contract that we did. And I don't know, I just feel like if she has to be out of my life, then that's the way it has to go. And because for some reason, I feel like my mother, I don't know, like, I don't think she truly sees me as a man or respects me as a man. Like, she, and I noticed the way she treats my stepfather too. So, you know, yeah, you just see my attention just pushes away the people that aren't supposed to be there, that don't respect you, and it pulls in those that actually love you, and they want to have you in their lives. And so, what else is there? I mean, I mentioned in a few videos ago, oh, this is kind of like not positive news, but like around 2 videos ago, I think I mentioned I was going to talk to my crush at the gym. And the thing is, I chickened out, and I kind of felt bad about myself because, I didn't have the confidence to go talk to her. But at the same time, I haven't even been divorced for a year yet. And it's kind of like, I guess I lost the game, or the ability to speak, like, just calmly with women and approaching women and stuff like that. So I kind of chickened out, but at the same time, there's just a few things that kind of like prevented me from talking to her, because the thing is, the girl always goes to the gym with her mother. And every day I see her with her mother. And honestly, that reminded me of how my ex was super close. Like, she was emotionally enmeshed with her mother. Like, we couldn't have a marriage without her, like, telling her our problems, listening to what her advice her mother gave her. And I just felt like she was too worried about what her mother was doing, and she took on her mother's problems, and it affected our relationship, our peace in our home. And so I saw the girl all the time with her mother, and that was one thing that also kind of like had me in doubt whether I should talk to her or not. And now she gives me the cold shoulder because I never did the approach on her. I never approached her. But honestly, I feel relief because everything just dissipated. Oh, what's the word? Dissipated. It just went into thin air. All how much I liked her and everything. The crush just disappeared, and I don't feel like emotionally driven anymore towards her. So that's like something super positive, because I think I just realized, maybe she wasn't really a crush, but I just like the amount of attention that I got from her. Because when I first saw her, also at the gym, it was like, it wasn't that um, that I had a crush on her at first sight. No, I was just like, oh, she looks cute. And I spoke to her once, but just to ask for like some weights, and she was with her mom. I'm like, hey, is it okay if I can use the weights or whatever? And I wasn't nervous or anything. But then when I realized like how much attention she was giving me, and like I don't know, the attention from the mom too, it kind of like got my heart going. I don't know, but yeah, I need to be more consistent with these videos. And like I said, like, you know, it's even helping me create a community here, basically, with a relationship with people across the world through this platform. So before semen retention, I would have never even have wanted to make a YouTube channel, because first off, I was too shy. I didn't have any confidence. And I know I still suck. I still need some to improve my skills on how I speak in videos, my train of thought, my how clear I speak. But you know, I noticed that a lot of YouTubers at the beginning, they don't sound the same like they do after like a year or two of doing videos. And there's some people with speech impediments and other speech issues, and they don't care. They just do videos. They have a lot of followers, a lot of likes. And I just have fear and lack of confidence. And it wasn't until now that I finally broke through that. And I'm making these videos for you guys. But yeah, thank you for the comments in my older videos, and thank you for the likes and for the subscribers. Also, I think my next video is going to be on health, like what health is, what, you know, what causes sickness in our body, how we can prevent certain diseases, and you know, how semen retention even benefits our health in certain ways. So yeah, I'll try to do this video tomorrow, and thank you for watching, and have a good night.